too, bro.
Yes, yes.
Hey,
By Shalom.
never leave home without it. Shalom, shalom.
However,
Oh, you live, man? You did that on live?
my bad, brother. I had already went live,
Let me see if it
but
pops. There you go. You see it? We good.
okay. It popped up immediately too.
Yeah. Shalom, shalom, everybody. Happy Sabbath. For those of you that keep the Friday Sabbath or whichever way you go about it.
Absolutely. So today's episode, man, Shabbat Shalom to everybody. Like you said, no matter how you keep it.
Let me put this down here because that's going to make noise in the mic. All right. We can see that it's on there, so
Okay.
we could shut it off.
Today's episode, because we were supposed to actually do this yesterday, but I was trying to wait for my back issues to subside, and then I fell asleep.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
I'm telling you, it was just a lot. My phone was tripping, so today we got it set up. So we're gonna, because they had the Federal Reserve meeting yesterday, so that's what we're gonna talk about, the food crisis, and we also gonna talk about what's going on in the Middle East.
Yeah, the genocide in the Middle East, or something else, or the other part of the Middle East, the genocide or the other part.
I guess we'll kind of talk about a little bit of both, because we're gonna add in also how Israel, how Lebanon, the war with Lebanon is kind of started, and that kind of started, I guess, yesterday while we was gonna do the video. So I guess we'll bring that up.
All praises to the Most High.
Yeah, we started bombing Lebanon, so that war is pretty much going now. So, so without further ado, got some questions. The first question I'm gonna talk about now. I want to say this first because I didn't take direct quotes from the Federal Reserve. I kind of roundabout summed up kind of what he was saying. I tried to get it as close as possible without like plagiarizing, if that was such a thing on this type of event, right? So here we go. The Federal Reserve had a meeting today about the economy, or yesterday about the economy. And the stocks definitely had a bad day yesterday. During this meeting,
well, the stocks did, but crypto was bumping. But go ahead.
That's true, and crypto was bumping today. That is true. And matter of fact, that's a good point to stop for a moment, because last week, was it last week or
just the other day,
weeks ago, when we did our live,
just the other day,
that we said, hey, get some penny stocks, some penny cryptos, invest in them. Remember?
Yeah.
I can't remember what episode that was, but
it was the one before this one, brother. What are you talking
about? Okay, so last week. So it's crazy that if people would have made that little, they would have already felt some of the gains from it. So
yes, sir.
Absolutely. So praise God for that. But yeah, the stocks had that bad day. It says during this meeting, it was asked if high inflation would last for the next decade. The answer was that they plan to get inflation down. Once they get it down, they plan on rapidly lowering the rates. They plan to get it lower than 2%. Once they get it lower than 2%, they plan on rapidly lowering the rate. What's your opinion on
that? my esteemed opinion is that first of all, getting it below 2% ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? So that ain't gonna happen. And if it does happen, it ain't gonna happen no time soon. Let's just be honest. The reason why, well, I'm pretty sure if you ask me that question, there's other questions you're gonna ask me behind it too. So I'm not gonna touch bases on that unless you ask me the question. But yeah, it's impossible. First of all, you gotta stop the government from spending to control. All right. As long as the government is going to control, they don't control their spending. They keep passing these budgets and all that. Shalom, brother. Shalom.
Shalom. Oh, damn, brother, I gotta grab this remote because I forgot to hook it up properly with my good headphones. So you still playing through the TV?
Oh, that's where that back feed coming from.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's some back feed. So go on, continue with
Yeah,
what you
it's impossible because the government gonna keep spending. You know what I mean? Who gets screwed is always the middle class and
in the
the
poor.
poor. You know what I mean? Um, they ain't gonna raise taxes on nobody that make less than 400. You know what I mean? 400,000. But as you can see, we the ones getting taxed on that, and it's no way. I mean, shit. Excuse me, because it's about I shouldn't even be talking like that. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the inflation and all that, dog, like, bro, this it's out of control. All right, they're just kicking the can down the road on that one, and I don't want to get too ahead of it because I know I'm pretty sure if you ask me that question
I
about
got
Jerome
some
Powell,
more.
you can ask me a lot more questions about what he said too.
Oh yeah. So this next one, I'm about to get into this. Okay. It was asked if the war in Bidenomics. Now they didn't say Bidenomics, but they did specifically mention that the economy was great before 2020. In that after 2020, they were trying to ask was after 2020 was it harder? So it says it was asked if the war in Bidenomics were making lowering the interest rates harder on the Feds. And the answer was it's and he also added because of the war and Biden just throwing all these other countries money for war, right?
uh,
And the answer was it's necessary to increase the budget to supply the needs of other countries during wartime. What's your opinion on that? The fact that the Fed said wartime.
yeah. You got a lag. You got a bad lag on your side, bro. I think
I
you're on the
got a
wrong.
laugh.
Yeah,
Well,
not
I
not your
turned the
voice
TV
wise, but the
off to
video
switch.
wise.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I don't know what that is, brother. Why that's like
But Bidenomics, man.
that. That's what
But,
he called it.
it is Bidenomics, bro. Like he don't have no clue. You know what I'm saying? He sleep right now, though. You know, what I mean? Bidenomics, man. Well, Bidenomics is the one that's putting people against the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was looking at as we was talking offline of how much these car values lost 40, 50, 60%. How people are upside down and all that. I mean, is it a good thing? Um, to an extent, yeah, it is. You know what I mean? That he's messing up because everything has to balance out, right?
Right.
Everything is way too high right now, right? So everything has to balance out. Um, it's not a good thing for our people, but eventually, hopefully, I don't think it will, but if it does, rebounds, a comeback that our people could prosper off of it. But Bidenomics is what got the whole economy screwed up, bro. They give up that $100 billion, man. It's you talking about inflation right now. The Feds, they fudging the numbers, but the inflation is really like, 19%. You know what I mean? If not more.
What's crazy is they say they give them 100 billion, but then they say to the homeless people they passing laws to make it harder to be homeless. What they supposed to do? How you gonna pass a law to make it harder to be homeless? What they gonna do? Like
100 billion can help a lot of people over here. You know what I mean?
I'm saying,
It's just $100 billion, man. It's just messed up the way it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, 100 billion, man. Like these people. These people off the chain, man. I try to be. You already know I try to be careful what I say, bro.
well,
You know,
that's just the tip of it, though. We already know they're opening the bankroll for this one.
yeah, when I'm on social media, man, I take my fringes and my tassels off, bro, because I don't know what's gonna come out my mouth. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
try to be careful. Like,
So this next one is about Jerome Jerome Powell or Jerome Powell, however you pronounce
Jerome
his name.
Powell.
Yeah, Jerome Powell. Yeah, okay. Jerome Powell said, now this is hilarious. At the before the Fed meeting, Jerome Powell said, "Close the effing door."
I bet he did. I would too if I was him. Close the effing door, bro. Like, come on, man. Got time for this, man.
Yeah,
Y'all got me all messed up over here. Y'all got me looking incompetent.
It's crazy because when that happened, it's like the stock started to tank as soon as they caught a clip of him saying.
Yeah, I bet it did, bro. Because they waiting for that good news, right? So the stock keep up and down, right?
Right.
Even though the stock lost over 30%, 30 to 40%, right? But it still go up and down, right? Yeah. So they're waiting for him to be like, okay, we're gonna be about the reverse.
Yeah, they're waiting for to hear the cut.
Exactly. Yeah, they're waiting for him to stay reverse. That's when you're gonna see the stock market fly up. But the thing is, they're gonna be left holding the bag though. Mm-hmm. If the stock market reverse, right? So you're gonna be like, oh, he reversing. So you're gonna all the people with money gonna put their money in there. As soon as you put your money in there, boom, they're gonna start selling off. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
they're gonna start selling off because a lot of people don't know how to play the stock market. You know what I'm saying? So
now he said, what he actually said was he said that the job market is strong and the economy is still strong.
Hold on. Bro. The job market.
Yeah, that's.
I know that man did not say that, man.
Well, I guess he's talking about. It's crazy because he also talked about the poor class being hurt more, but I guess unemployment numbers aren't that bad, and all of that other stuff is what he was saying.
Yeah, it's not that bad because they're not putting the real unemployment numbers out there,
and people is buying. So, like, as long as people buying up everything, then there's so much money being put into the economy that the economy is. He's pretty much was saying like he trying to get interest lower, but the jobs is good and the West name is good, so he don't want to ruin the job market. Is what he was kind of hinting at, but
they buying, but they're buying 50% less of what they was regularly buying. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, the reason why you see so much. Okay, here we go. Let me show you how the bamboozlement works and how they try to ooh up the situation. They're saying people are buying because people got to buy every day because inflation is so high that they can't shop for the whole month. Right. That's what's going on. So, of course, people are buying every day. They have to get gas every day because if you're paying $4, $5 a gallon in some places, people can't afford to sit there and put $150 at one time in their car or their truck. You know what I mean? That's so true. Yeah, it's gonna look like people are buying. Like it's gonna show like the consumer is strong, but it's not strong at all. Because if you look at what you're getting for what your money is, you're getting less. So you have to go more often to the store. So that's why you see that the consumer is strong, but the consumer is not really strong. They're buying the same thing. It's just less of it.
Well, so they also still, I think one of the things when we go to like the poor people who make up most of the country, poor people get their happiness through buying stuff. They don't really have a lot, so they spend whenever they get enough
stuff, the Gucci and all that, driving the Benz and all that stupid stuff.
Exactly. Let me get my hair done. Let me get to go out. Let me get these shoes. Let me get this shirt. Let me get this. And as long as the poor class, this is kind of how he was framing it, which don't get to the second point, which is kind of creepy. Like, as long as the poor class has that type of money, he was framing it as inflation's not going to go down, but he don't want to ruin the market. He don't want to make people.
Nah, he don't want to tell the truth. That's the problem. Here's the thing, right? Instead of me buying, now, like I said, if you see me with like name brand stuff, 99% of the time I ain't buy it. I got it for free because I have a market where I sell that stuff. But I rock like this, like melanin apparel. I buy from my people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Everything you see me with, I buy from, except for obviously my Timberlands and stuff like that. But everything you see me wearing, bro, it's for my people, bro. This was made. Even this
that's how it should be.
Even this damn do-rag I got in my head, this was made here by somebody locally here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, nah, bro. Like, he tweaking, man.
But this is okay. This is what he was saying. He also listed this as a point. He says people who own their homes aren't selling them, so inflation hasn't fully affected them. He did hint at a major job loss by saying if there was massive unemployment or major firing, that the Fed will be forced to lower rates sooner. He also stated that they will go back down much quicker in that situation. So, what's your opinion on that?
First of all, how the hell are people going to sell their house when the rates is too high? You can't even afford to buy these houses.
Exactly. I mean, and if you own a house in this situation, it's just literally smarter to sit on it.
Yeah, it's smarter to sit on it, obviously, right? So let's take my house for example.
Yeah.
Let's say I put my house on the market, right? And let's just say let's just use $100,000, right, for my crib, right?
Right.
And I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna sell it to you for 100 G's. Go take the loan out, this, then the third, right? Now you gotta put 20% down. Shalom, shalom. Now you gotta put 20% down. But instead of you paying on $100,000, instead of you paying like $800-900 a month, you paying like $2,100. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
who in their right mind is gonna buy a house in this market, and who's gonna sell their house when they losing so much value from their house? You get what I'm saying? That's just taking the middle class and the poor and making them poorer. That's all you're trying to do. That's what he's basically trying to say. These people got to sacrifice. We got to sacrifice these people because our government is reckless and they don't be held accountable for what they do.
And he would not get down on the government either. He would not like they brought that up, trying to make him at least down the government's bad spending behavior, the war things. He would not go against the government.
Stop downing people about what they're doing because it has nothing to do with the actual people.
Now, before we get into the next thing, which is the food prices, I wanted to share something. So I'm about to share something real quick.
Because people about to lose their houses and all that, right?
Yeah.
And that's what happened. It go back to, when black people were selling their land and didn't realize how much value that land had. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same cycle over and over again.
All right.
Look, y'all, they're showing you their bunkers on TV. Fox 11.
But one startup company says avoiding threats from any potential natural disasters, viruses, and wars doesn't have to come at the expense of your comfort. This is an Apadum, a type of luxury doomsday bunker that could soon be underneath the mansions of some of the world's richest people.
Apadum creates underground living spaces that are highly secure and completely discreet, yet beautifully appointed and entirely bespoke.
Apadum is the Latin term for fortified settlement, and that's exactly what this is and much more. Company officials say each bunker is air and gas tight, allowing those inside to be completely cut off from the atmosphere outside for up to a month. The shelters are also armed with the technology to make their own water, air, and energy, while coming with the chicest amenities.
Whatever is happening in the world outside, you can rest easy and live fully in times of tranquility and in times of unrest.
What do y'all think?
So what you think about that,
I ain't going in no bunker, man, to go live for no month, for no 5 years, and come out and it still be, you know what I mean, where the land ain't even fruitful. You can't even eat the stuff or drink the water. You just prolonging your life. That's all you're doing. You know what I mean?
Well, my thing, the way I feel about it is you can run, but you can't hide.
Yeah,
you can go hide in that little cave, but you can't escape judgment. That ain't gonna save you from what Christ brings.
Facts, bro. Like it is.
You can hide your body, you can't hide your soul. You have to come up out of there eventually.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know what I mean? Like, and then a lot of people, man, like they them people, man, I mean, I ain't living in no bunker, bro. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But and another thing, before we go into what you want to get into, let me say this. For you people, understand me clearly when I say you people that come from other lands and come here, of people that already been here. And if it wasn't for the sacrifice of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you wouldn't be able to even protest or nothing like that. You wouldn't be able to do that. So you need to respect the people that are here and give them their respect and stuff like that. And they have the right to do and say what they want. Because if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be able to come over here. And we still being sacrificed to this day with you coming over here. So give respect and honor to the people that stand out there and stop trying to debate them like you somebody special and you ain't nobody, man. For real. But go ahead, brother. My bad.
No, I definitely understand that.
I had to get that off my chest, bro. I'm sick of these. See, I'm sick of y'all Bible fake thumpers. I'm sick of all of y'all. For real.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. The Bible, the fake Bible thumping, man. But you know, God knows. That's how I always say. I always say like this. At the end of the day, the goal should be trying to make it to the kingdom. And God knows. So no matter what people feel or what they think, at the end of the day, it's about that. And if you feel that secure about being there, then that means you might be lax enough to make those mistakes that you wouldn't be making if you were really still trying to get there. I feel like it's like you go into tryouts for the basketball team, right? Everybody trying to make the team, bro. Everybody trying to make the team. So too many times you get that person who think they already made the team, and then come that sign get put up on the door, their name ain't on it, bro. They can't go in there and practice no more with the team. So
yeah, bro.
I think
these people disrespecting the people too much, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I ain't gonna never hold my tongue on that.
But judgment comes for the just and the unjust. So judgment is coming for that, man. Yeah. I think it kind of works because I think it's like this. We've been provoked a long time. And I think what happens is everybody is kind of in this mode, no matter who they are. I've seen it from all types of people, provocation. It's kind of like we live in a time where we're enveloped or surrounded by the spirit of provocation. Everybody is so eager to get into it with another person.
Yeah, that's cool though, but stop disrespecting our people like that, bro. For real. Like I'm not having it, bro. For real. I'm not having it. Stop disrespecting our people, man. For real. If our people get into it, that's between our people. You understand what I'm saying? But when you got all these other people that trying to run up on our people, bro, like, nah, fam. Like, nah, man. Nah.
I can get that, but it works the same way. Our people do it too. So I see it around. That's where a lot of people see me down at. I feel like if we controlled ourselves, we would be more in right to punish people who did come against us wrongly. You understand? Like if we were more together and unified in the right manner, that if somebody did approach us wrongly, we would have every right by any means to get on their head.
Yeah, but
I think, and that's partly like, you know, one of the ills in our society that I'm hoping that in this time God allows us to get together where we could actually
hopefully
fix things. You know what I'm saying? And once we fix those things, because you know when something's done amiss, we always down for it. Like the you know, a lot of people with the George Floyd thing, they were down for that. You get what I'm saying, for that movement, because they felt like it was a miss, and they've been through them situations. They went through that, right? It was another guy. I just saw a videotape on YouTube. This guy is like a serial predator, brother, right? But he's not gonna get the same sympathy. You get what I'm saying? He's not gonna get the same sympathy. So that's what I mean. Like I feel like if we project that image, the right image, and when things go wrong, I feel like that's when we'll see each other unite. I feel like people better get prepared because as the economy gets worse, there are going to be more attacks, like not just arguments, but actual attacks against us. You get
That's
what I'm
already
saying?
happening.
Especially, matter of fact, let's throw this in. I wasn't even planning on talking about this, but what happened in since Connecticut, the election would had to be a Judah woman. Had to be a Judah woman caught on camera.
She got bamboozled.
Stuffing the ballots. Democrats stuffing the ballots.
For something that ain't gonna even benefit you like that. Look at the one sister in New York. They just took Mayor Adams' cell phone and his tablet. You know what I mean?
Wait, what happened in
The
New York?
feds. Something about some fundraising thing. You know what I mean? Like I guess they ooh up the paper or something. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
These people be wilding, man.
I said,
Like I said,
oh
respect
man,
our people, man. That's it. You know what I mean? Don't do that because a lot of people lost their lives and stuff like that for you to be able to do that.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. I think that's part of it. You definitely got to respect the history because the freedom to protest and something wasn't always something that was given.
No, it wasn't.
Definitely.
A lot of people sacrificed their lives for that, and it wasn't your ancestors, so stop it.
Definitely. I definitely understand that. People definitely gotta but I
What's-
think that's in, I think like there's a lot of things in history people don't know.
Don't get me wrong, our people do wrong things too, and I get on them too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's kind of like I don't think, first off, I've seen so many different videotapes with the going back into what we discussed last week with the Brews and the Palestinians getting into it. And sometimes it's provoked entirely by the Palestinians, and sometimes it's provocateurs like that last video. Sometimes it be our people sometimes too. So it just, to me, it's kind of like it's just kind of like, I don't get why we know that this has to happen. We should be happy that the Palestinians are angry because their anger is forcing these other countries to rise up and to do something they probably would not have done, which is going to lead to this war, which leads to us going back home. So my whole thing is like, let's not even get involved with that situation.
Nah, let them be.
Yeah, let them people do what they doing, man.
You gotta stay out the way and let things happen.
Yeah. I mean, we have the right to have a heart and have compassion. So any little kids, anything like that, like you got the right to, you know what I'm saying, to feel bad for little kids. But let's stay out of their situation.
Because we're Semitic, but we're not anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
One,
absolutely.
Two, we're not against nobody and don't want anybody to get hurt on either side. You know what I mean? So don't even. But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And at the end of the day, man, that's genocide that they're doing over there.
And we are people of prophecy. Let me tell you, when I grew up and we went to school, I mean, I imagine most people, unless you our age or older and grew up in it, you don't remember this. You the younger people, y'all probably don't remember this. Every morning, we had to pledge allegiance. Everybody in the classroom turned to the flag. They put their heart. Everybody said it together throughout the whole school. You remember that?
Yeah.
See, we live in a time different from that. See, we used to praise, lift up, pray for, care for this place. People can consider me wrong for whatever, but I care about the prophecies and about God, not about this place. If the prophecy is for this place not to make it through what's coming, then I care more about the prophecies than for this place. But we did grow up in a time where we were tricked. We just thought it was right. You know what I'm saying? Something bad would happen. Yeah, we was hoodwinked into doing that. But as you see, that's the power of our prayer as well. As long as we was praying and bigging up the country, this country was the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
once we stop, and that's the power of prayer.
Yeah, once you open your eyes and you see everything that's going on now you no longer gotta worry about that anymore. You see what I'm saying? Now your third, some people be like, oh, you know, now your third eye is open. You know what I mean? Now you're seeing
Absolutely.
clearly. Now you're seeing everything. You're not seeing it like one way, the way you was indoctrinated to. You see it in a different way, in a different aspect of life that people won't understand where you're coming from.
Because you know what? If we still thought the way that we thought back then, what we're witnessing wouldn't make sense.
Nah, not at all.
It wouldn't make sense. We would be like, well, hold on. How is Ukraine struggling with Russia? Don't they got our weapons? Isn't it better than Russia's? Right? Because we were taught that, you know,
Yeah, we better.
the players, we better, everything we make better. We got all the technology, and we're kind of learning in a real
we have
war
democracy.
scenario.
We have democracy. You can live how you want.
Right,
Nobody's holding
right.
you back, and blah 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 blah.
But you learn different as you
Yeah.
go through life. You learn different when that man is trying to slam the gavel and you didn't even do nothing, or when you getting police called on you, or get, you know what I'm saying, for no reason, just for walking
Yeah.
while, you know, a brew.
And by the way, for your gun enthusiasts, you can put your pistol brace back on your pistol and all that because the court struck it down. So you're back legal again to put a pistol brace on your firearm.
And praise the Most High for that too, because I've been going through this back thing and I had not had the energy to even take mine off. So I'm really thankful for that.
Man, praise the Most High, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you bought it legally, so they really can't. I mean, if you want to get technical, they can't do nothing about it.
I mean, it was already weird, right? Like, if you got a pistol brace and you go to the range, you can't prop the pistol brace up against your chest, because if a federal agent there, you know, that's illegal. It's already not a butt, so it's already a certain way you're supposed to shoot it. At least, kind of what I was taught.
Even if you have a pistol brace on it, when you shoulder it, you're not actually shouldering the pistol brace. You shouldering the buffer tube.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's dumb. It's dumb either which way. You know what I mean? It's dumb. But
they
yes,
already had enough rules that I felt like were dumb anyway. You should be able to, however you feel comfortable shooting it with a pistol brace, you should be able to.
Well, people don't understand the difference between a rule and a law too.
Yeah, that's true.
But you need a lot of money to fight that rule too. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So,
I mean, look at what they doing to the ex-president. I ain't never seen nothing like that. So,
man,
if
they could do him like that, boy, you know everybody else is nobody, boy. If they could do him like that. But you know, Esau sacrificed their own though, so I ain't gonna, you know what I mean?
That's true. It's really go against the program if you want to.
Yes, sir. You better follow. The way we talking anyway, bro. You give it like another year, man. We ain't gonna be able to talk like this anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. As the war get deeper, it's gonna be shit. We're gonna be able to still bring news, and I'm gonna have my Bible. That's why I got on there. See me now with Bon Shemayim. Go follow that page, y'all, because we're gonna transfer this stuff over there. This is a primary Bible page, and I was bringing news because we in the end times. I'm gonna switch the news over to that page. Therefore, I can have this page back to just strictly Bibles. I'll do Bible verses and then some breakdowns every, you know,
yeah, I tread
few
lightly
days
on
a
this.
week or whatever.
I tread lightly on this channel. Somebody would tell you I don't talk the way y'all hear me talk on here. I don't talk nothing like this. Man. Anyway,
now let's get to this. The next question is oh, I went the wrong way. Okay. Now, tell me, what do you know about the coming food crisis?
What do I know?
Yeah, you got a trucking business, so you must know some things about
30% less food being hauled around. I know that.
30% less food.
Yeah, 30% less food being hauled around. Don't forget we had a drought, 3 drought seasons back to back.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And other people had droughts, like India. They're no
India,
longer
they're not shipping out the rice.
yeah, they're not shipping out the rice no
China's
more.
not shipping out no more rice. All grain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
And we started a war with Russia, so they're not shipping out, allowing
they're not shipping.
Ukraine or
Yeah,
they're not shipping out grain no more. Not
yeah,
to
to the Black
this
Sea.
side.
They're not allowing nothing either. So, um, stock up, man. Get you some rice and stuff. Get you, you know, get you food savers. Um, don't waste your food. You know what I mean? Whatever you're gonna eat, cook that and put the rest away. You know what I mean? Don't waste no food. Um, get you some buckets. Um, I wish I could. Uh, there's a lot of ways you could go about it, right? Like you don't have to break. You don't have to break your pocket
Mm-mm.
to do it. But
My advice is this for the me being a person that is disabled and have been doing a lot of this while being disabled with limited income because I really don't have no income coming in. Let me tell you, um, get you, like he said, get you a food saver system, one of them where you get vacuum seal the bags.
yeah,
Uh, get you the bags. Anytime it don't matter. Like, okay, say you on Snap, you might not have an income to just. I don't know what your situation is. Say you on Snap, but you get like monthly help income. Take $10, $20 out that Snap, man. Buy as much rice or beans as you can. Vacuum seal them bad boys in a bag and put them in a tote till you get that bad boy stuff. Put it in a dark place. I mean, and just
hold on.
those
I'll show you guys. Hold on.
those things will last you about 20 years. And you could even, I mean, if you wanted to take it to the next level, there's also what are they called? It's not the the dehydrating machines. You can get those for pretty cheap too. Yeah, I got that same one. That
Well,
same exact one.
Well, you know, I'll sell them on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll sell
I
them.
probably bought mine from you.
Yeah, if you bought it from Amazon, I'm pretty sure you bought it from me. But
Yeah.
yeah, with the bags and everything, man. I got, oh man, I got so many things. It's ridiculous. But
Yeah. And then after that, to save costs as well, get the rolls of bags. They come in rolls where you got to seal both sides, but they're much cheaper than buying the ones that's already sealed halfway.
getting there
So
halfway with
yeah,
the 3/4 way seal bags.
yeah,
Yeah, buy those. They're a lot cheaper.
yeah.
I know. I think it's Kirkland for Costco's. You know what I mean? Their bags are pretty cheap. You know what I mean? They're not so expensive. Um, you can mylar your own bags and all that. All you gotta do, if you got some flat irons, all you gotta do is put a air absorber in there and just use the flat irons to make it back into a mylar bag and stuff like that. So there's a lot of ways you could go about it if y'all want to learn
Exactly.
how to do it. It's not that hard. It's really not. And I think I paid uh for 500 pounds of rice. I think I paid was 150 for 500 pounds. So
And rice has been going up, y'all. So like it's best to kind of get it now before it gets
yeah, it's gonna get
even
worse.
higher.
It's gonna
You
go.
know,
It's gonna
or
get
before it'll either be that it gets even higher, or it'll be you won't have the money to buy it because they're gonna do a massive job cut. But either way, you just want to have it before that happens. Any which way it happens, you want to make sure you got something, you
yeah.
know, for your family, friends, everything like that.
And
I
if,
mean, you
and if you have a vehicle, I hope you have a SUV type vehicle in case you got to get off the road and stuff like that. But even if you have a car, as long as you got something, just make sure it's up to date, like with no leaks or nothing, so you could get somewhere and be good for a little minute, stuff like that.
absolutely.
And definitely a pew pew. Definitely a pew pew.
I mean, y'all remember what the Bible says. It says, look, I told y'all not to bring this with you, not to have a cloak, not to take a cloak, not to take a book, not to take anything with you. Now I'm telling you to sell your cloak and get some swords.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, we got 2. And he said, well, that's enough. So
Yeah.
make sure y'all got a way to protect yourself, man, because the Bible says, and people probably like, why is you telling us how we need to save up and protect ourselves? Ain't God gonna do that? The Bible does say, deliver thyself from Babylon, from the daughter of Babylon, thy Zion. So like, he's expecting us. It's kind of like this. In 70 AD, before Christ died, in Matthew 24, he says, when you see the abomination and desolation is spoken through the prophet Daniel, let the reader be wise and flee through the mountains in Judea. In 70 AD, when Rome attacked them, if they hadn't heeded to his words, we wouldn't be left. There wouldn't have been a slave trade from Africa because they'd have killed us all or enslaved us all. So it's important that we take precautions as well. Like he said in Matthew 24, those who endure to the end, the same will be called saved. So,
and please, if you do have a pew pew, please train with it. Learn how to be proficient with it. Don't just get it and learn how to use it, learn how to break it down, learn how to clean it, learn how to oil it, learn how to it's not just aiming in. There's a lot of more stuff to it than just aiming in and just letting go. So please learn how to use it, clean it, learn that pew pew, and so it can benefit you more and your family. Don't just buy it and not train with it. Please train, and please exercise.
oh man, yeah, definitely.
Please.
Because let me break this down about this situation. The Bible says, we all know the Bible says that 1/3 of the people will make it out. But it says that 1/10 of that third, 1/10 of that third will make it into the kingdom. They're going to make it to see Christ on his coming. And people got to understand, just using your basic logic, your basic understanding. If 30% of the people made it out of the cities right now into the wilderness of America, how many people are prepared to survive the wilderness? How many people would know what to eat? How many people would have something to protect themselves? How many people would know have stored up pills or clean infection? You see, so it's a clear. See, when you brought that up, that's exactly what I wanted, because that gives like a clear chart of how only 10%, you know what I'm saying?
1 out of 100, yeah.
Of that 30% make it to the kingdom, because a lot of people won't be prepared to survive it.
And it's not hard to do. I've been dropped off in another country and was left there to survive. So I had to do what I had to do and make it back home. It's not hard to do, man. You just gotta prepare for it and learn how to do it. That's all. It's not really hard to do.
Education while you got time, man. Educate yourself on everything. The Bible say, don't be what it says. I can't remember the quote, so I'm not gonna butcher it. I'm gonna get to the next question though, which is, how long do you believe they can fight the famine with the fake food that they're feeding us in America?
How long?
Yeah, like how much? I mean, I guess the question is kind of like the same supply demand issue. How much fake food can they make? Pretty much. I done seen like chicken with the false flavors in it now, like.
Oh yeah, with the Fireside and all that stuff in it and all that stuff.
Yeah, like I was telling my sister, I said I wouldn't be surprised when they started selling full chickens that taste like Oreo cookies.
You could probably get a chicken that tastes like cake right now. You know what I mean? Strawberry shortcake or some a brownie taste. You know what I'm saying? The way they all that fake stuff. I mean, they got all them cricket farms and all that stuff too. Don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
So
cricket farms.
Yeah, they're gonna have it to where you're gonna have to depend on that stuff. You see what I'm saying?
It's Cricket Farm. What's the one they use? The plant. It's a plant, right? That they use in Subway sandwiches.
Don't mention the.
Or they use in those sandwiches. I
You
mean,
use
it's
stuff.
a court case. They've been sued for it.
Yeah, I
It's
know, but
proven in
don't.
court.
Yeah,
So,
but don't, because they'll red flag the
can't think
channel.
of what that is called.
That's why y'all got to go to See Me Now with Ben Shemaiah, man, because there's more of a Bible channel, so it's kind of hard to say certain things. On my channel, I don't care. I say whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Well, I just couldn't remember the name of the plant, man. It's a plant that I think it's an artificially made plant too.
Yeah, it is. But
soy.
yeah, but
yeah, so they use soy in a lot of things.
It's not just soy though.
Well, I was basing it off of the court case. That's what they found out. Yeah,
they're using them farms too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a lot of things that they're using for different foods. I was speaking of the one particular with the soy, but they also mushrooms.
I wonder how many people will buy an $18 meal at McDonald's like they're doing in Danbury, Connecticut. You know what I mean? For a regular McDonald's meal on fake meat. That's crazy. You know what I mean? $18.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess if you don't know how to cook, man, if you don't know how to cook, learn right now. Figure it out, man. Figure out how to make something appetizing to you with little, man, if you don't know how to cook.
And if you buy your meats from the grocery store, make sure you when you put it in water, you put distilled vinegar in there. You know what I mean? To kill some of the bacteria. Distilled vinegar kills a lot of bacteria. People don't know that. It takes a lot of bacteria, a lot of the stuff off of it. So try to douse it in distilled vinegar.
And now we're getting down into our last section right here. So the word on the streets.
Whose word on what street? What hood was it?
The information highway is the neighborhood. It's saying that Israel is losing. Let me reframe that. Israel is, let's just say, they're having a hard time in this war with Hamas.
On a ground invasion?
Yeah, so I don't want to get banned, so I'm gonna just say they're having a hard time.
They are.
What do you think is actually taking place on the ground? You was in the military, you served.
I think they are. I think they're having a very difficult time. Just like we had a difficult time with Afghanistan and Iraq. I think it's a lot more difficult than what they're leading on to.
Right.
I think the pauses that they're about to inflict them, 4-hour pauses, whatever, 3 hours before they do it, they're going to let them know, and then 4-hour pauses. Mm-hmm. And then they tell people to go to the South, but they still bomb in the South too. You know what I mean? So I think it's more difficult there. When you got, it's like when they was fighting the Koreans in Vietnam and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you find people that know the landscape and built tunnels and know how to maneuver, you know what I mean? They've been doing it for years and years and years, and they could survive down there. And no matter how much you think you could blow it up or block them off, you know what I mean? And stuff like that, they still got the upper hand on you no matter how you see it because they know the landscape more than you do. You know what I mean? So when you get dropped off somewhere, like I'll give you a perfect example, right? Let's say we was in let's say I was to get dropped off in Montana, somewhere in the mountains of Montana. Right. And I'm going over there to go fight some people in Montana that's from Montana. Who's going to have the upper hand, them or me?
Oh, you, for sure.
They're going to have the upper hand.
Oh, I mean, yeah, them, because they stay in the
know the landscape.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? They know how they prepared for that.
Yeah, that's why Iran has never been invaded.
Yeah, they prepared for everything that they're doing right now. They know what was the consequences of what they was going to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not like rocket science, you know what I mean? How they make it seem, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, this, that. No, 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 bro. Like these people, let me tell you something. For people that never been out there or ever been in a fighting situation in a war or anything of the sort, you can go to other people's lands and invade, and you can go over there and try to, you know, so-called win or something like that. It's highly unlikely because they have the one advantage of you is that they know their landscape. And no matter how much you train, um, let's be real. Uh, Look at the Taliban. Them dudes was fighting in flip flops and still took back Afghanistan.
Oh yeah.
So don't never get it twisted. Them dudes is not. Them dudes is not uh like Hezbollah. You know what I mean? Where them dudes, because Hezbollah was fighting in Syria,
Right.
so they more they know how to get down and dirty. You know what I mean?
Oh, and they got more high tech. It won't be this be high tech weapons too. Like the
Well,
missiles that they got and everything is a little more high tech than Hamas's.
well, let's look at what you call it? Who was it? I just seen it today that they got the biggest drones.
Oh yeah.
I just seen it today. It was an Arab country. You know what I mean? And they so advanced. Them drones are so advanced that people are like, wait a minute, where they came up with this? You know what I mean? So, matter of fact, I think it's Iran that got them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. This
So
is which is
they got drones that are like fighter jets. They don't
which
even
is
need no
it's,
pilots.
it's crazy because um what's so crazy is this is the second time. I think the one you showed was you sent me that was from 2 days ago, and that
Yeah, the
was
new ones.
Iranian-backed Houthi militants in Yemen, and that's how you know that that's about to overflow. And Yemen just threatened Saudi Arabia, saying if they keep shooting down their missiles, they gon' blow up Saudi Arabia. And people remember if they go back in history, Yemen blew up the Saudi Arabia oil fields, and if that happens. He's a trucker. He gonna tell you what's gonna happen to oil if
Oh,
Yemen blow up Saudi Arabia oil fields and Iran shut down the Gulf of Hormuz, the
oh,
Strait of Hormuz.
oh yeah, please listen, man. Have have your vehicle on full. Don't try to let it go below 3/4 and stuff like that. And try to keep like the 5-gallon jugs to the side. You know what I mean? And all that. Don't if you can. If
Now,
you can.
isn't that like a 24 like? Is that doesn't that plane cost like billions of dollars too?
One of them planes?
Yeah, ain't that like our like invisible drone? Isn't that the drone that is not even supposed to be able to be seen?
Well, the ones that Iran got, the ones that we got, like is like, you know what I mean, is up there. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, probably like a good $100 million for one of them drones, you know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking.
But the ones that Iran got are way cheaper and they just like our fighter jets. You know what I mean? Like they building them things over there for like 30 a pop. You know what I mean? Like, and they're way better than our stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like what's going on here? But you got these companies like Lockheed Martin and all that, you know what I mean? That control the
That's
you know, the
true.
industrial complex when it comes to the military and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But they said the drone. I think they said it was supposed to be. I think they said it was supposed to be invisible or something like that, not
It
able to
is.
be picked up on radar. They still got it taken down by Iran, which is crazy. But they say
Oh, you talking
Iran
about the
is
drone that they just you talking about the drone that they just shot?
no the one that they had shot some years ago. I don't know which one
No,
they
they
had
just shot one. They just shot one today.
I know you had sent me the article.
Yeah, they shot one today. That one was that was $150 million drone.
Dang. So that was probably the one that's
I think the Houthis was the ones that shot it down, not Iran.
that's the MQ-1C Gray Eagle
Yep, yep, the Great Eagle.
or the
You know these Edomites, boy, they love them birds, boy. They love them birds. That's their
Are
That's their
Okay, that's
Roman
the
and Greek
price.
ancestry.
Our number one drone is the BAMS D, 219.5 million per drone. I think that was the one a couple years ago that Iran had knocked down. I think it's supposed to be like invisible. You're not even supposed to be able to see it on the radar. But
No, you're not supposed to see it on the radar. The best thing I've enjoyed was the boat sub. You know what I mean? The boat that goes into the water turns into a submarine, and then you wear your scuba gear while you. Well,
and then it pops back up.
Yeah, then it pop, bro. I used to have fun on that thing, man. I used to love that thing, man. One minute is a boat, next minute is a sub. Like I used to love being on there, man. I used to love doing that. Until I had to go in the field, and then it was like, oh hell no, dog. I'm not with this shit. Well, excuse me. I'm not with this.
This last question, I don't know if the date was correct because I did it so fast and I didn't save what I read, but it was something like 2001, 2005, 2009, just so somewhere in between that range. I just couldn't remember exactly which year it was, but I'm gonna say I believe it was in 2001. The U.S. did a war drill to see if they could beat Iran, and they lost. We lost in that drill. Now
2011.
With our military not being as strong as it was back then.
Well, back then it was
what makes
10 times stronger than now.
The USA think that they could beat them in a war now?
The egos. The ego.
It's like
Ain't
the
no
Valley
way.
of Jehoshaphat, right? It's like they being tricked to say, hey, just come down here.
Yeah, they're being bamboozled. You know what I mean? They're being up in the situation. Like, yo, let me just, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me go over there. Let me do this, that, and the third, bro. But at the end of the day, nah, dog, there's no way. When you look at it from Iran, from Syria, from Lebanon, to the Houthis, to Turkey. That's it. I can't even put Egypt and them in there. When you look at them militaries, no chance. We have no chance. Back then we had, you know what I mean? Probably like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I would have been like, nah, fam, no people can't even pump with us. Now, don't forget, bro. We're indoctrinated. So these people in office are indoctrinated and people keep voting the same people over in here. You know what I'm saying? They keep putting them back in office. Them people got their mindset already on how it's going to be, how it's going to be with that agenda. You see what I'm saying? So they thinking this is still the America of 15, 20 years ago, and it's not. Even Russia said today, bro, America's broke and they can't do nothing. That's what Putin said today. You see what I'm saying? So if Putin telling you what's going on over here, he's telling you like, fam, these people can't mess with us. We could do what we want now. We can't be the world police, man. You know what I mean? America's not no hinky dory things, right? So if you agree with people, right? Like this, I'll give you an example. A lot of people like to say that they're conservative, right? You got Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, Ben Shapiro, right? You got these people that say that they're conservatives, right? But they're conservative to an agenda. They're not real conservatives. You see what I'm saying? Because a real conservative, you're supposed to be honest about everything. And you're going to be about the Constitution and this, that, and the third, regardless whether you agree with the person or not, right? You're supposed to be a constitutionalist, right? That's what conservative means.
Well, you could either be a constitutionalist or a religious believer. I guess it could be either or. Hardcore religious believers are considered conservatives. So that's why it always boggled me how the Black Christian church aren't conservatives, because their values are like conservatives don't like,
because
you know, the things against the Bible, like men becoming like women, women becoming like men.
But these people are not conservatives. They just grab a group of people to push their agenda.
And those group of people are the shining example of what steers the real conservative base, most of the religious or believing people, away from being conservative.
They're not
Because of
conservative.
people like Ben Shapiro and
They're
Candace
not
Owens.
conservative. Conservatism has nothing to do with them. But they take this word and then ooh-wop it and then tell you what you want to hear so that people could follow you and try to pander to people and what they want you to say.
Right.
So they're not conservative at all. Right? Because if you're conservative, you're going to be honest about everything that goes on. 95% of conservatives really is people of color. Don't really have nothing to do with them. You see
And
what I'm saying?
beliefs is what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
because of our beliefs. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because what do
These
they
people are
say?
sometimey.
The most
Because let me tell
spiritual
you,
people in this country is the people of color. We're the ones who are more spiritual, more believing, more
yeah,
church going, more religious. Yeah.
you Catholic, right? You Christian, you them other people from over there, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it because you know they'd be your jury, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just down the third, right? But you so your ideology is that you're a Christian or that you're a Catholic or that you this, but you sit there and you pick a side. So how religious are you? You're not religious at all. Because you're picking a side. When it comes to stuff like this, you shouldn't pick a side. If you really supposedly a Christian, right? Because a life taken is a life taken regardless, right?
That's true.
So you shouldn't pick a side.
And
Because
there's other things that you should pick a side on, though. Like
yeah, and there's things that you
abortion,
should pick a side on that you don't pick a side on.
that you don't pick a side on. Exactly.
Right. So you want to pick a side when it benefits a view that you say is supposedly conservative, and a lot of y'all not even conservative. Y'all take people ideologies and then y'all use it for y'all thing and saying like that's patriotism and all that when none of y'all never even served or nothing of the sort. What's so patriot about you if you never even served?
That's true. I wonder how many of these people gonna be jumping to serve.
Yeah, what's so patriotic about you? You never even served. You never did this. You never did that. Just because you say that you're conservative or that you have patriots, that you're a patriot and stuff like that, that you stand with America. If you stand with America, then you stand to also say that certain groups of people are not terrorists because the biggest terrorist in the world is this country. Right? But you're conservative and you're a patriot.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just the bamboozlement that you get tired of hearing, bro. And you get tired of people just like finagling shit, and you just be like, bro, come on, man, you gotta be real about it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people not real about it. You know, so we can sit here and go back to like, let the brother soul rest in peace to George Floyd, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, but he was a piece of shit, blah, 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 because he had criminal history and stuff like that, blah, 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 right? But then he paid his debt to society.
Exactly. He did his time.
Then he pay his debt to society. Then the justice system say, hey, this is enough time.
Mm-hmm.
So just because he did something in his past or just because he was high on drugs, that makes him not a piece of shit today, bro.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like your fam, like it's like they pick and choose. You know what I mean? And in this country with these ideologies that these people push, it's fugazi. They are not conservative people.
But the thing, look, I'm all for it because nobody deserves to die the way George Floyd died. But I still think about like the Tamir Rices. Like, what about these kids, bro? What about these kids? Kids have been getting shot and murdered. Like,
what about the kid that knocked on that man's door by mistake?
Oh yeah, and got shot.
You understand what I'm saying?
The kid in the Walmart playing with the toy gun who got shot. The kid at the park playing with the BB gun that got killed.
But here's the thing: when you got people, the young brother in Cleveland that got shot with the BB gun, playing with the BB gun outside,
playing with the BB gun at a park. Where else you supposed to go?
Yeah, like
where else you supposed to go to play with a BB gun in the city?
When you got people like the Hodge twins, Candace Owens, and they use people of color and they be bamboozling shit and try to act like that they for the people. You're not for the people at all. You for your self-interest. That's what you
Now
for.
look, this was so crazy. I think the Hodge twins are funny, but you're right. I feel like they drag our people a lot, and they always stick on the negative and never the positive of our people. And they do have a certain agenda. But I want to say this. I don't know what their life was grew up, but they seem kind of confused.
They
I mean, I know
confused.
that they black and they grew up and they had to deal with probably some of the same stuff that everybody black has to deal with. But
Nah,
I
I ain't,
believe
nah, don't make
partly
no
they're
ex-
partly confused.
man, don't make no excuses for them cats, bro. At the end of the day, when we wrong, we wrong. And when we right, we right. You understand what I'm saying? The problem today is that people cater to other people and pander to them so they could get recognition and get paid for it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all a money grab. At the end of the day, stop saying that you're something that you're not. Shalom. I know that works. That's the problem. We need to stop making
Oh,
excuses.
my.
We need to stop that because at the end of the day, what they do is that cross-play wordplay thing. Oh, I love my people. That's why I'm trying to tell my people the truth. Man, we both know.
Well, I don't see when you brought up the Hodge twin. I really don't think their audience is us. I think
No,
their
it's not.
audience is
I
mainly
think you're
like
missing the point. They
mostly
doing
white Trump fans. Like
the stuff that they doing. I like Trump,
yeah.
but I'm not gonna cap for people when I know the truth of when people that be in the hood that end up going to the penitentiary on stuff that they didn't even do.
Oh yeah, that's true. Now that's what I was bringing up. I'm trying to say I don't think they're from a hood. You understand? Like they could have been raised by a white uncle named Tommy. Like I don't know what their experience is. I've grown up in Detroit and met like mixed kids, and some mixed kids be off because you got to go with the white family and with the black family. And sometimes, you know,
Nah,
what
I
you
ain't trying to
deal
hear
with and you hear from the white side be a little off to
I
go
ain't trying
back
to hear
to.
that.
Well, it's just understanding. You know, I'm gonna always be biblical, and biblically, I'm supposed to
Yeah, I
try
ain't
to
trying to hear none of
understand
that.
what another
At the end of the
person
day,
walked through
this
in
is
life. Because
enough is enough, and I'm finna put all you clowns on blast. Real talk. Enough is enough. I'm finna put all you clowns on blast. All
I would
that.
actually like to talk to him and
Nah, me know people don't got nothing to talk about.
Well,
Nah.
y'all can hit me up if y'all see this video. Y'all can hit me up. We could talk because I think it's probably some underlying issues that happen in your life. I would like to discuss them.
No, because they capping. All right. Do we have dudes in the hood that's doing wrong? Yes, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yes, of course. I don't want nobody to be locked up. Should they be locked up? If they did wrong.
But you got to also understand though, coming from Detroit, if you live in Detroit across 8 Mile, life is just normal. You go out there, yeah, people get shot. Yeah, it's dangerous, but that's your normal life. If you live on the other side of 8 Mile, you live on 23 and Hayes, you're afraid of that side of 8 Mile. To you, everybody on that side of 8 Mile is a murderer and a killer because of the side you live on, and that's what's told. So that's why I say I don't think they from that or know any of that.
Then you shouldn't speak on it. Then you shouldn't speak on it. If you're not from that or of that, you shouldn't speak on it.
But that would mean the news couldn't speak on it. No, we got the right in opinion to voice our opinion.
No. An opinion is like assholes. Everybody got them.
Exactly.
So
and now people getting paid off of them. So
if you don't experience what people have experienced, you shouldn't speak on that. You see what I'm saying?
I can definitely understand that because you're not from there. You should.
I'm not going to speak on something that an Asian man experienced or that a white man experienced because I don't experience the same experiences that they do. You see what I'm saying?
About as far as like, give me an example. Like
I don't know because I don't care what they do. I don't care what they do. I've been pulled over by the police though and been locked up for something that I had nothing to do with though.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I've been through that too. Absolutely.
The police don't put stuff in my
But
vehicle
that's
too
what I'm
before.
saying. Like, I know a guy in Houston who's never been locked up. And in his mentality during the whole George Floyd thing, when I was at work before I injured my back, his mentality was that we were making it up. And we thinking, I said, bro, I'm from Detroit. You might not experience it in Houston. Thank God for that. He a brute too. But he's never experienced anything like that. So he don't believe it's real. But remember, it was a guy like that in another part of Texas. And remember, he ended up the police got caught for an event, and he was breaking up a fight at the event, and the police ended up shooting him and killing him, and he had never experienced nothing like that. So just because they don't experience it, don't mean it's not real, and that's my biggest issue with it. That's why I said I would like to talk to him. Just because you haven't experienced it, don't mean it's not real. Don't mean
my biggest issue is you need to talk to people first that experienced it, and then maybe put your opinion on it. Straight like that. Like they be capping too much. It is what it is. So what's next, brother?
Oh, that was the last question, really.
Oh, that was the last question.
Yeah.
Oh man, we made this one a quick one. Ain't that something?
Yeah, thank God.
You know we derailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Praise the Most High.
All praises to the Most High. I hope y'all enjoying your Sabbath.
But you see, y'all can see clearly how we have different opinions. He ready to go upside these people, and me, I'm like, let's sit down and talk. Let me see if I could gain.
Man, don't throw me under the bus like that.
Well, no, we different. We got different personalities.
You Dr. Martin Luther King, and I'm Malcolm X, man. That's all. That's all. That's all. I just get tired of it, bro. You know what I mean? I get tired of seeing that stuff and doing our people dirty like that. I don't like that.
No, I definitely understand that. No. I definitely trust me, I like the Hodge twins, but they've had some episodes where I'm like the Chicago lady. I didn't like the Chicago lady. I hate that a lady went to the drive-thru and shot at somebody in Chicago, or worked at a place and shot out the drive-thru. But the video they made, I did not like. Some of the tropes they throw at our people are not. You know what I'm saying? I've heard them, and I know they've heard them, and that's where I go. Like when I had to go to that school with the white kids, I heard those tropes. Like,
bro, they try to act like black Latinos.
They'll say things like, "Oh, well, you know, black people can't swim," which is crazy. Like I've been able to swim my whole life since I was like 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like the tropes because they infuse the same stigmatizations that go on that aren't true about
people. That's why I say I don't need to have conversations with people like that.
That's not true about us. Because the same way a lot of there are black people who can't swim, there are white people who can't swim. There are every people who can't swim. If you're not around water and nobody taught you how to get in the water and swim in it, you won't know how to swim, no matter what color you are.
But everything. Listen, I'm Ephraim.
Yeah.
If you know what Ephraim is a Puerto Rican. If you look behind me right here, this is all black Cat Williams, all them, and the drawing with Bill Cosby and all that. See right here, Marcus Garvey. I ain't gonna change. I ain't gonna change. You go in my bedroom, Malcolm X, all that. I ain't gonna change. I ain't. And it is what it is. Yes, sir. Fred Hampton Sr., you know what I mean? Chairman, because he's still a chairman. You know, he passed away. Like, my household ain't never going to change. My kids going to know what's what, and it is what it is. All that divided and conquered by skin color, saying I'm Puerto Rican, Dominican, and all that stuff. I'm Jamaican, Haitian, I'm from the Caribbean, and nah, brother. These brothers sacrifice a life for the freedoms I have today, bro. And you got people disrespecting these people like, come on, man.
Well, I think that's the biggest misconception is that a lot of people are labeled by a country instead of labeled by a race. And of course, they would do that on purpose to try to hide the race of God's people. I feel like that's the way that we actually get things like get recognition as if, like the Bible says in that same place, it was told that you're not the people of God. It'll be said you are the living seed of God. Like, I think that only way that happens is if we break the stigmatization of us being classified as Black, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Belizean, you know what I'm saying, and get back to the stigmatizations of the names that we would have been considered in the Bible.
I'm an Ephraimite, bro. I ain't nothing else.
That then creates the unity that we would need to, because that, like the Bible says, all things, all the words in the book will be fulfilled. So it's not just that we would know it; the whole world is going to know that the children of God are.
I'm waiting for the 12 gates to open. You hear me? Real talk.
But
you see me? I said.
On that note, man, I'm gonna have to cut it because I'm almost about to. Yeah.
Shalom and Barakatah.
Shalom, everybody. Barakatah. Thank y'all for tuning in. Go subscribe if you haven't to the See Me Now with Ban Shemayim, because like I was saying earlier, this is just to bring the people over there so we could get enough subscribers and everything to really get that page started. I'm gonna start chopping these up and throwing clips, but still dealing with my back issue. I'm still trying to get the Bible videos because these videos are actually easier for me to do than the actual Bible and research videos I do. That's why I did 2 live streams this week so I could have.
It takes 7 hours to do a 45-minute video.
Man, if y'all knew how much research we do when we talk about things to make sure that we're not misleading nobody. Because like my pet peeve, if somebody was like, man, why don't you make like 1-minute TikTok videos about the Bible? I'm like, how? How can I make a 1-minute video about the Bible and it actually be true?
You can probably take your videos and clip it up and make them into 1-minute videos and do like 30 different chapters, you know what I'm saying? On one.
Right. What I was thinking was eventually I'll just have I'll read a scripture, let you interpret it how you want, and then at the end of the week I'll do an overall breakdown of different scriptures. But without the breakdown,
1 minute is put your opinion on the Bible. That's
right.
You ain't doing no Bible thumping on no 1-minute video, but that ain't going down.
Exactly.
I'm still, I was born and raised in this, and I'm still, you know what I mean? Like still in the book, like it still go back and forth, and still be reading. And man, come on, man, I ain't going to ever stop.
It takes a while. It takes a while. I mean, because the thing is, a lot of people don't know you can have books and notebooks of notes and stuff. But guess what, man? When it's time to go into them, sometimes my notebooks, after so many years, look like another language. Can't figure out what was I talking about, what's there. But I would have these scriptures in my head. But if y'all, I don't know if y'all notice this. Tell me if y'all notice this. But Google don't even play fair. You could literally put in word for word out of a scripture, and Google won't bring up that scripture. They're gonna bring up something else. So Google be blocking it to where my research be tougher to find the scriptures and the things that I'm looking for. So it be a lot of lot of research that go behind all the videos. We don't want to get on here and lie, man. It's enough people doing that. So on that note, man, I thank y'all for tuning in. I just wanted to say Barakatah and Shalom and Shabbat Shalom, man.
Well, you know that's me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, because it is
Shabbat Shalom. My bad. You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to be lazy.
Oh, me too, man. I'm about to be chilling. Matter of fact, I probably got to eat something because you can't fast on the Sabbath. So I haven't ate.
I ate way earlier, brother. So
my body's so weird, bro. Let me tell you, first off,
I got my thing on simmer where it keeps it warm. You know what I mean?
Oh, your food?
Yeah. I keep it on. Yeah, because you can't do nothing. You're not supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
See, when I do eat, I get filled up so quick, and then I might not. Sometimes I don't even notice that I didn't eat. I had to remind myself, days like today, the Sabbath, just God is good to me, so I don't even be focusing on that. I don't even get hungry no more. I just gotta remember, okay, it's time to eat. So
I gotta do that sometimes too. Yeah, but we can make it do what it do. You already know, holla. Usually, boy, this is a hard day to get in touch with me with, but it's all love. You my brother, so it is what it is. Shalom Barakatah. Peace and love to everybody. I hope y'all enjoy your Sabbath. And that keep it on the Friday or whichever day you keep it, as long as you keep the Sabbath. It doesn't matter to me which day you keep it, okay? But Shalom and Barakatah.
Barakatah, y'all. Shalom. And enjoy y'all the Sabbath, man. Enjoy the Sabbath. Get your rest on. Get your prayers and your reading on. Until
Yes, sir.
next time.
Next time.